This video is for anyone with a Lexus IS250 between 2005 and 2013. So I've had some issues with my radio not working, the climate display wasn't working, the clock wasn't working, this wouldn't turn on. All I had was the line at the bottom. Inclusive of that, I had my mirror control functions not working. So this basically would not fold and would not come back in alongside the mirror controls. They weren't working either. The reason why I had this problem was because that mirror needed replacing, and I think the fuse got shorted out and I didn't know which one. So this is what you need to do. Check the following fuses in the engine department, on the engine compartment at the front. On that side, radio 1, radio 2. Under the footwell over here on the driver's side, you're gonna see a map of fuses like this. So I tried looking at radio 3, that was fine. And then I tried to look at radio 1 and 2, as I just said, they were all fine. But I could not work out what the problem was because in the forums they were saying something different. So what you need to do is use a voltmeter. There are guides telling you how to use this. You simply set it to the 200 setting, 200 ohm setting. You use this probe and this probe to plug it right into the holes of that fuse that you're trying to test while it's plugged into the car. When you press the red in and the black in together, the 1 will change to something lower than 1. And if it does change, that means it's working inactive. If it remains 1, it means it's dead. And guess what? Guess which one out of these fuses is responsible for the clock and the radio and the mirror control functions? You will not believe, after reading a lot of information about it being radio 3, it actually turns out to be this one here, ACC 7.5 amp. So this is the one that was blown in my car, and as soon as I replaced it, it started working again. Speakers are working and climate control's working again. And so I'm going to recap this. Yes, the recap is: check your fuses, radio 3, check ACC, check what's in the front engine department. There's going to be radio 1 and 2 and a few other fuses on the left hand side. Go through them all. Use this voltmeter if you have it. If you don't, you can inspect the fuse by just taking it out. Now I did not have a fuse puller. I used a nose needle plier like that to pull them out, and that worked for me. So I hope if anyone has this car and this problem, you don't need to replace this. Hopefully it just ends up being the ACC fuse, which is 7.5 amps. So that's my problem solved. I'm happy.